Courtney Lawes announced he would retire from international rugby after the 2023 World Cup. Lawes played in 4 World Cups and 2 British and Irish Lions tours. He's one of only 5 England players to be capped 100 times. He's continuing to play at club level for Northampton, and our reporter Eleanor Roper went to visit him at Franklin's Gardens to reflect on his international career.
You're back here at Northampton after this World Cup campaign, 105 caps, and you've decided to call it a day. Why did it feel like the right time for you to hang up your England shirt?
Look, it'd been a long time that I played for England. 14 years is an awful long time to play at that level, and doing 4 World Cups and it being my 4th World Cup felt like a good time to kind of bow out. And look, I'm not doing it because I don't feel like I can perform or I won't get in the team or whatever, but I want to be with my family. I've got four young kids and they're growing up really quickly, and it's important to me to be there for them. And I feel like I have to be. So you know, that's the reason I retired mainly, to be honest. And the World Cup was just a great occasion to do it.
I mean, we know that, like you say, you can still compete at that level. Do you feel like, even though not on an England shirt, you've still got a lot of rugby left to play?
Look, I'm still very much pushing myself. I don't think I'll ever feel like I've quite got to my potential, but I'm still pushing, and I think I will till I finish playing, really. And I think that when that drive goes is when I know it'll be time to call it a day.
But not yet.
Not quite yet, no.
No, good. Okay, lots of fans, I'm sure, will be happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such an interesting time for rugby. I think so many huge talking points. If we could just put some of them past you, if that's okay. I mean, there's a lot of talk around players leaving the Premiership and going to play overseas. As it stands, obviously, you don't therefore qualify to play for England. What do you think of that rule? Do you think that that's something that's likely to change in the future?
I can't see it changing, to be honest, because obviously the Prem and the RFU are worried about the quality of the Premiership, and if all our best players leave, you know, the quality is going to suffer, of course. You know, there's an argument to say that maybe if a lot of good players leave, then that gives other players an opportunity to step up. Potentially, I don't know, but I personally can't see the rule changing anytime soon, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll see, I guess.
Okay. I mean, concussion is another huge talking point at the moment. I wonder, how concerned are you about those kind of conversations? I know you mentioned your kids. You've got kids playing rugby. Is that something that worries you for the future?
No, not necessarily. I think that there's a lot of things that go into your health beyond rugby, and especially into your later age and things like that. So, you know, you don't do yourself any favours by playing rugby, don't get me wrong, but I feel like you can also take care of yourself, and that'll pay dividends. And you know, talk around concussion, I find it quite interesting that all the restrictions are on tackle height and obviously ball carriers getting hit in the face and whatnot, but it's actually very rarely that you get concussed when you're carrying the ball. You're much more likely to be concussed when you're making the tackle. So I think that more conversations or training, whatever, needs to be done around how you tackle safely and how you protect yourself as well as others. Something
that I've heard you talk a lot about is rugby in state schools. I know you were on a podcast recently chatting about that. I wonder how important that is that, do you think, in terms of getting rugby into more places and basically to a sort of broader audience? Yeah,
I think it's going to be huge for the game. Yeah, I also recently said that we don't need to make rugby a game that everyone can play, because it's a physical sport, it's a tough sport, and the fact is, look, we're not going to get everybody's not going to enjoy rugby, but everyone can enjoy watching it, and you will enjoy watching it if your kids play it. And at the minute, I think it's too restricted on the people that have access to rugby. And you know, there's millions of children coming through the system today that just don't have the opportunity to play rugby in school, and it's going to be better. You know, it's going to be very beneficial for the kids who can you know, learn the kind of foundations that rugby have in place in terms of respect, hard work, and all these good things, but also to rugby that will get much a much better crop of talent coming through.
I wonder how important is it, do you think, for there to be stars in rugby? We know obviously you're a huge star in the Premiership, but at the World Cup we saw Sia Khaleesi, I think the first player to get past 1 million followers. How key do you think that is to the game, particularly here in the Premiership?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's going to be a huge part of it, and every big sports franchise has a figurehead in terms of players or several. So yeah, in terms of growth of the game, we want fans interested in the players. We need personalities out there, and Sia is a huge kind of asset for rugby to have, and it's great to see him doing so well.
A couple of questions from me kind of scouting social media this morning before chatting to you, which is, number one, would Courtney make himself available for the next Lions tour? And do you think if Borthwick were to call you come the Six Nations, if he really needed someone, is that a call you'd answer? Would you be open to playing internationally again, even though you've hung up your England shirt?
I don't think he would. I think I spoke to him obviously before I made the call, and he is a family man himself. He understands why I'm calling it a day. So look, I don't know. I don't think he'd ever call me. And look, I can't say that I'd be willing to go through all that again in terms of retirement. But yeah, I mean, I doubt it. But Lions is, if I'm still playing and still playing well, and then I've got a Lions call up, I'll probably do that. Yeah, one more tour would be pretty cool.